Hey everybody, it is me, 3D, and this is Definy Thy, where we define thy path of our character. Now before we go adding on to new little things onto this laptop from the games we're going to play, I want to thank soloPAW for sponsoring today's episode, as well as the Bitcoin Live DB network. Now if you haven't heard of soloPAW, well, they're like a little black book that's made from stone paper. So they are going to be fade resistant, tear resistant, and water resistant, so you know the info and secrets you store in your little soloPAW will last and survive whatever you throw at it. I personally have a soloPAW, and I use it for my website, info, email, general contacts, passwords, crypto keys, among other things I want to keep offline and off my computer. So these little black books are pocket-sized and ready to be by your side regardless of the adventure you have in real life or online. Now use the code on your screen, BitcoinLive20, to get 20% off your purchase today of the soloPAW's website, because yes, they are available all over the place like Walmart and other things, but using the QR will take you to the website where you can use BitcoinLive20 to get 20% off today. Now throughout today's episode, you're going to see this little special little pop-up come in, and we're actually going to transfer the entire thing down there, so that way while you're watching, don't be afraid to go ahead and scan the QR and shop while I play, and remember, use BitcoinLive20 to get 20% off today.
What up, everybody? Alright, so, thank you everybody for showing up, coming in, and bringing yourselves to the plate. We are playing the game. We got the things going. Hold on a second, I'm getting everything up and ready. I wanted to make sure I got the chat on. I got the chat on. Got that on. Okay. Alright. So, we have this. It's new. We have some weird tunes we're gonna play before we play the usuals. I'm about to hit the button. I'm gonna get some stuff set up, but my vocals are gonna go quiet while I check the audio because this new widget is, as you can see, it's reacting to me. It's reacting to background noise. So it's supposed to be showing my vocals or my audio in some degree, hopefully to how you guys hear it. Now, originally it was set up for me. It's supposed to be set up for how I hear it. But after tweaking it, we got it, I believe, set up so you guys can hear it. So I can start seeing when you guys can't hear the music. So let's start some music and let me see how it's set up.
By the power of Grayskull.
Yeah! Yes, The sorceress gave me the gifts. 3 atoms, but only one was key to lift. The curse of you and to have us still midriff. Cringer and I seem pathetic and weaker, but when I behold the power, my muscles grow bigger with battle. Catch 'em from Cringer and I always yell louder. My dad is a king, my mom an earthling. Oh, now you're thinking, yes, I am a prince and the strong. Yes,
Okay, alright. So that should definitely be much better. 1 second though. Alright, yeah. I just had to double check and verify. It seems like it should be alright. Alright. So now you guys can actually see what we're playing at the moment. Still not sure if that's the best spot to put it, but that's where it's at. Okay, so we're doing the Artemis 6-7, and that means we're going to be doing something a little fun. We're going to be using an unusual set of weapons. We're going to be having a little bit of fun, so to speak. Hopefully, we're actually going to get somewhere. And if we can get through this, we'll increase the difficulty as we go on. Alright. So let's do this. So, like, I was working on a streamer widget system that would allow you to have little streamer widgets, and because like a lot of these streamer widgets can use a lot of the same base protocol, Well, it is. My first couple of tries just didn't work out. Like I originally made on HTML, and well, it used to be running stuff on HTML wasn't that bad or anything, but then like over time it was like the browsers themselves just got they demand, and so it's no longer reasonable to run like little apps through the browser. It just becomes like more of a hassle on your RAM than just running the browser. Like for example, we're running the music through a tablet, through the Bluetooth, just to have A, less things I have to worry about on the computer, but B, because I can run it through the application, running, I believe it's, I know what it is, so it's called Node.js, and that's like way more efficient. And so these little programs that we're running today, I can see the visualizer, then we have now the audio, the sound card, audio visualizer, which we can adjust and edit. We can also remove the EQ part of it, so it's just a blob or the other way around. We can edit the text on it, take it off. So, yeah, basically we just, the idea is to build a program that actually works between them, that allows me to basically just, I can run like 5 or 6, and the thing that's going to communicate between them will run the, like, the sound, the actual sound driver will actually run the thing that's actually being used to watch the mouse, things like that. Like we actually use the real protocol, like it's a real open source protocol for G502. I think it's actually specifically Logitech. I did the G502 and it's probably actually for a long time. But it's rat bag control, so we just use rat bag control, and rat is like remote access, right? But it being a rat bag means like it using the rats to perform some kind of it's not actually like using the control. It's just using it simply like whatever. It's allowing you to look at like for example, visualizer that does the mouse. It literally like asks the mouse, hey, cool, what are the buttons? What's map? So we go, okay, now I know it's a map. Now I know when to light up which buttons. And it's like, it makes setup like really easy. As long as it can recognize your mouse, it can just automatically plug in which buttons do what. And then you just like, now there is a way to like go in and set each and single one of them, things like that. Like, and then I'm doing all of it in Python. So, I hate Python, absolutely. But, when it comes to databasing, they use SQL databasing tricks, which those were literally tricks. That's why I use those for all these companies, because I just really use it for a long time. Yeah, I mean, it's actually not that good, whatever, where you gotta do a lot to secure it, like other stupid stuff, but, the reason why people like it is it's automated, it's database system. Really good. So, for example, I can run something in Python, and we can do, I call it sticky, I don't really know what they actually call it, but you can do like sticky situations where anything that you've called or done math or anything like that, like we just recall it variable later or whatever. There's a way to like, if you got something like a canvas draw or something like that, where you can just stick it on the screen. Like, doing stuff like that, like these sticky situations to reuse data over like cause it performance extremely make assumptions about the situation. Little things like that that make, you know, like processing seem simple. Like while you guys are here, about to die. Super simple. And then like some of you guys probably might not have noticed, but it's responding to like I've done that part, like AWC. So like when I'm playing games and stuff, the idea is that it will react while responding. I'm not sure if it is or not because I have to keep it below other things, and so like I'll just use the thing regularly. I'll keep checking the keys and stuff like that. Bam, died right there. But so that's the ideal. The ideal is to try to get to where we can use as low amount of processing power as possible. Like for example, the thing that's like running right now, the little sound card. I think the highest amount of RAM I've seen it use was like 29% of my RAM. Now, keep in mind I have 64 gigabytes RAM, quite a bit of RAM. But still, like, the average amount of RAM it's probably going to be using on a device with like 16 gigabytes, which is about 1%. And so, like, it's really, really good. It's able to basically just handle the processing simple, and there is like variable checks that have some live time or real time checks and things like that. So kind of why it like reacts. But yeah. So that's what I've been working on. That plus I've actually been working on the actual stuff for perspective. Orange. A lot of orange. I even, like, orange been on my so much lately. I even, like, wrote an album, nothing but just the album title. Each song is a super tiny micro op, right? Each song is the exact same song. I use the exact same template. And just basically mixed up how the song goes. So, yeah, so then working on the stuff for perspective. But basically what we're trying to do is just, I don't know, to be honest. The ideal at first was, oh look, there's this stupid bit. Stupid. And it's like, well, why do you think it's stupid? Because it's censorship. Well, how's it censorship? Like, it literally says, oh, these transactions are no longer valid because of one personal. Oh, but it's for programming. So, that doesn't make it right. And that's the thing that's getting me, is like, for the longest time, crypto anarchists got away with doing a lot of stuff. Because, well, it was right. It was the right thing to do. That's why, you know, the crypto anarchists, they wrote a book publishing Shaw, so that way, like, you couldn't, or I guess it was technically encryption, but, so that way, you protect the rights of the First Amendment, whatever, so you couldn't do so. Like, it was the right thing. And this guy isn't doing something that's the right thing to do. He's doing it because he has a profit margin. He's got a business that runs off with notes on business. So he's like, well, let's push the quantum protection. Because, you know, he probably has, to be honest with you, he probably has a scenario for using quantum chain. But working node system to like wallet system. I got everything set up to go. You just change to upgrade. And instead of just being like, hey, look, let's get an upgrade that allows for power. It's like, no. We need to upgrade in a way that only allows. And that is what if you can't turn on the original miner in mine, if you can't turn on the original node, and Yoshi can't come back. And that's the part everyone's getting. Like him, he technically his little bit thing has a clause that allows for the possibility of recovery of the old stuff. But he's basically it's like it's a silent law. And one of the things he was saying, the thing is like clearly stated in public, blah blah blah. Like I don't run the same circle as you guys. I don't run the Bitcoin circles. I don't go into the forums. Well, they ain't really forums anymore. Just the one. So it's like I don't do that. Like how am I gonna know? Like that's the thing he keeps forgetting. It's designed to be done a certain way. Now turning off one of those ways that it's designed to do. And I know like big block, small block, people are like, well, Bitcoin didn't have a block solid. Okay? Bitcoin had a symmetry design for a reason. Okay? It was the most public signature you could do that has security built in, that also has reliability, readability, reversibility in design if you know specific things like the nouns. Which is why we get the nouns out there. Block. See, one of the things we covered on 3D Change Perspectives, like last episode, was the fact that like there's a role system in quantum security. And that is manipulated, especially with Bitcoin. And it even states in like the documentation for quantum, for quantum, post-quantum cryptography. Basically, all post-quantum cryptography has this ability. I call it a smart data concept. It's like basically you can use roles to turn all data to smart data. Like, and that they're bypassing that term. They're going straight into just keeping roles. It's called. You can have login privileges and all this other stuff built into your security model. Hold on a second. I just now realized that was the last song on that. So we're gonna go to the next one.
No matter the game, no matter the tech,
So
no matter the guards, no matter the hurdle to overcome, games will be there,
basically,
completing a side mission
it's
on
just a
the
bunch of
quest
bullshit.
line.
It's really weird. So he's like, oh, but it's for crypto anarchy. Like, you're not doing this because it's right though. That doesn't make your crypto anarchy right. Like, and he's saying that phrase because all the times that's ever been used in the past, it was the right thing to do. You know, like when Ross Ulbricht got put in jail or whatever, everyone was like, dude, that's not right. It's anarchy, bro. Like, he invented a system that no one else could do at the time. You know, he figured out this thing, blah, blah, blah. Like, you guys should respect him and not share it. And now this Lop guy is like, oh, no. We're going to deny the original form of transactions on Bitcoin that you guys are all doing right now because I'm afraid that one day, within the very near future, quantum computers are going to just steal all of your money. And then some mad actor will have access. And I did point out and show how you can actually do that. How you can actually use quantum API structures and stuff like that, and supercomputers and microcomputers, using supercomputers, to just basically use an API to get quantum keys, get all the keys, and then to start running them through. But it's like, even if you started it today, you might not get through your first key for 100 years. You gotta do that every time. And so that's the reality is the amount of work it would take to do that, we would start seeing activity on chain. Sure, it would be fast moving, blah, blah, blah. But there's no proof that post-quantum protections protect against context. The only proofs we have about them is theoretically they're solid. And by theoretically, Yeah, I mean that exactly. It's only theoretical. Like, even the ability to technically create quantum protection or quantum randomness or true randomness on binary is only theoretical. There's no even proof that it's possible to do on binary machines. It's only a theoretical concept because there's been no quantum computers to this date possible to do the thing that everybody's fucking afraid of that caused Locke to push this bit. And see, like, that's the other thing. He's like, oh, but anybody can push a bit. You know, anybody can push a bit, but it takes special knowledge to know how to make a bit go into action. Like, anybody can push a bit, sure, but it doesn't get a number. Right? You gotta do certain things to get a number. And like, anybody who's ever written a bit is gonna hear this and they're gonna be like, seriously? But anybody who's never written a bit, they're gonna be going, well, what the fuck are the special actions? And it's not much. It's like 2 or 3 things. Like, one of the things you actually have to do is assign it a fucking number. The second thing you have to do is, well, post it. You have to post it. That's important. There's a large portion of people on this planet who cannot host. They don't know how to host. And that's the other part. He knows this. He knows the amount of people who can actually fight him on this is literally next to nobody. Because he has the key. Like, something that I've always been told is like, well, what if there's an attack by developer? And I'm like, oh, it doesn't matter. We've had that before. And it's worked before. Like, none of that has ever worked because the developers don't work like that. This is not a developer. Like, he has the ability to be a developer, sure. Or he did, or he does, whatever, sure. He's not actually a developer. He's saying, like, he's a developer. He's not one of the big developers. So what we have here is a profiteer, actor, acting bad. And there's a lot of people who can't even see that. They're like, no, he is pushing those boundaries. I'm not denying it. I'm saying it's just a bad thing. He's doing it for reasons he doesn't realize. And I claim he doesn't realize it. He doesn't realize he's only doing this to protect his money pocket. But it's making him money. And I guess because basically, like, the main way they try to do quantum PQC post-quantum protection on binary systems is by using the Gauss ensemble. Which Gauss ensembles, to me, honestly, are bullshit. They're just a different way to pluck a number out of thin air, right? That you can then use the C, you can then use this, that. But we can just use 0. Like, the problem is a real actual quantum sample requires quantum machine. It requires specific things to have non-returnable wavelength or non-returnable results, like decaying radioactivity, like anything that's radioactive that isn't like still charged radioactivity, like radioactivity. And you can use the decay radioactivity meter thing to say, oh, okay, this will now allow us to create numbers based on this information, and it's never going to get higher, so it'll never find the same number twice. I mean, it actually can, about once every 80 second billionth time or something like that. Like, they actually can, and actually have. Like, there's this person who had put one, who had started one, he was in a plane in a manner where they were technically in the stratosphere or something like that. They weren't that, they were like higher up atmosphere or something like that. So I can get you, and in order to activate it in a manner to where you consider it secure. And this was like a really good thing. And the problem is the company that used that thing has had problems with double G. Like, everyone who's ever done that version has had problems with double G's. And previously it's always been, oh, well, it's actually the code handling all of this isn't handling properly, blah, 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 blah. And that takes me to my, like, well, look, if there's something there that's like, hey, not because of the actual hardware, but because of the software implication of things, this isn't actually like what we claimed it was, like we believed it was, like it should have been, or it should be right now. Well, why is that? Well, you know, because it's code. Exactly. Because it's code. That's where the problem is. If it was a mechanical thing, there's a lot we could do to ensure that it never fucking fails. Because there's a lot we can do to just like backups of backups and stuff like that, sensors, but it's not anything. It's code. And code has to be in every single time. And that is always the biggest flaw in free-quantum security. It's implementing free-quantum security for two things. It does discourage hacking so much that they just go after every other system that's vulnerable other than the actual security and handling security. It's normally handling the key from the strict protocol issue. So they'll just attack everything other than fuck it. Don't want making that too difficult. Oh, look, everything else around that is so you're really screwed because now you have to actually secure absolutely everything. Where before, you know, there was less than 1% of anybody could ever figure out how to get through, you know, this one. There's very few people that, like, for the longest time, even bother to look at networking protocols from the earliest days of the internet, even before we technically had internet in some cases, they were reusing intranet protocols that we still use on the internet today. Well, most of them are gone now, but for the longest time, they were just using them all because they didn't still work, they still this, well, they were completely wrong, and no one ever bothered to fix them. Well, free-quantum protection, quantum encryption, cryptography made hackers go, what's up with this protocol that's like 40, 35 people? Oh, hey, they didn't have this thing back then that they have now that we can just use against it because it has nothing but code technique. And then it's like, okay, now everything. I don't think my character's really all that good set up yet, and I'm almost out of time. And I thought this was going up like a really good one. What the hell? Why does it do that? Hold on now. Did you guys hear that music just disappear? So, I have this Samsung Galaxy tablet, and for some reason, it's got like 90% power, and it's plugged in, and it's connected to something, it's being used, blah, 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 and it says, uh-oh, we lost 1% battery life. Turn off. Why does it keep doing this? This doesn't make any fucking sense. I'm not even, like, it's already back on, right? Yeah, it lost 1% battery life, and so it shut off because of it. Like, I basically can't use this tablet ever because it shuts off every 1% battery life. And when I talk to the people or whatever, they're like, oh no, it's perfectly fine. There's nothing fucking wrong with it. It's just how you're using it. And I'm like, I'm using it as directed by the fucking company. Like, when you go onto their thing and you're like, there's an FAQ on best practices to use with a computer. think that's what it said, something like that. Let me log in. No, let me log in. I have to log into BandLab now because different laws in different countries are now like, they're like, oh well, your music is not suitable for anybody under the age of like a number. So we have to verify everybody who listens to your music to make sure they're not under a number. And I'm like, I think the number was like 13. I'm like, are you serious? So now we're running a thing. So we're gonna see we're actually gonna see the game fuck up a little bit because we are now in
No matter the game, no matter the tech, no matter the guards, no matter the hurdle to overcome, games will be there.
Hold on, I gotta redo the audio because I don't know what it sounds like now.
Line. Training to fight the big old boss lady, or devising a way to break the underlying engine. We want to define thy. Are we nice to NPCs or murder the whole lot? Should we steal our desires or push for the bold blue lines? Will we find all the secrets or just speedrun the acts? Regardless, we want to define thy path of holy smacks that have the soul
Alright.
line tracks.
I'm sorry about that. Like, for the longest time, I think for like the first 4 months, this tablet worked fine. And then one day, it just stopped charging. And I was like, what the fuck am I doing? And I was like, take it in. And I'm like, what the fuck is this? It's warranted, it's got all this stuff on it, right? And they were like, oh yeah, there's nothing wrong. It's just like, it thought there was something in port or whatever, so it shut it off, and they just pushed something to it and started working again. I'm like, alright, great. Now, ever since then, it loses 1% battery life. Like, oh my gosh, I'm gonna die. I'm like, dude, you got 4 fucking battery. I can't use the battery down. Battery dies automatically, just shit fucking thing. And every time I take it in, you're like, oh no, it's fine. Don't feel fine. Fucking hate it. So I'm just like, okay, if it's fine, then it must be the fucking Samsung tablet. That must be what it is. If it's fine, okay, then it's the tablet. So I'm just gonna tell everybody, fuck Samsung. Like, people told me, oh, what do you think about Samsung? Oh, it's shit. What do you mean it's shit? It's shit. I got products of theirs that they won't even let me fucking use it. And I'll just tell them, well, I'm having it, right? And I'll be like, I know people who have Samsung TVs, and they'll get all the Samsung stuff, and everything starts connecting to it. Then one day, randomly, it all goes to hell, and it just stops, and none of it works. And problem is, TV thing, not a joke. My aunt has that problem all the time. All the time she has problems with her Samsung TV. And she had to go out and get a TV bar because her speakers stopped. Because Samsung wouldn't accept the regular speakers anymore one day. Been using this TV, she's been using these for like multiple years. Been using the same setup the whole time. And randomly, after an update, it said, oh, you have speakers I can't use. Why? You were using them like 10 minutes ago. It was an update. And so it was like, well, roll back to the update. You just push, go put a computer attached to it, push. Nope. Can't do that. You can only accept updates to servers. Special servers. You gotta have a special credential and like, oh my god. Believe it or not, I have something that did that to me. Yeah, something on my phone where I got locked out of a physical part of something physical on my device. I'm like, why the fuck I got locked out of that? I even had a special app to control that got deleted. I mean, by an update. Like, I'm really close to just like canceling my phone. get a hold of me, you better figure it out. Like, dead serious, I'm getting back on this, frustrated with everything. I only got a couple more years to go to where I won't need that phone. Where I literally could get rid of my phone and people could just talk to my wife, get stuff situated. That'd be one less thing for me to have to worry about. I would still have a phone-like device. I'd still have to have a phone-like device. I always had electrical devices for, like, I had a PDF for the longest time. Because they were really handy. I have memory problems. It comes in handy. It comes in handy to have, like, a digital memory, basically. But I'm not too far away from just building my own electrical device to work as a cell phone, helping a cell phone. Not that far away. To be honest, I've been looking at a specific device, thinking about it seriously. Like, I don't have the money, but like, I really just wanted to dip into Bitcoin savings, so to speak. Just spin. Pretty much last little bit of that. I could get this one more device that I could use in my cell phone. It doesn't have a cellular connection or anything like that, so like, not like traditional cell phone. But I could use it for like $100, just the PDF. I'm not gonna look today. Why is this not on my fucking... I got a clock, because I got like 3 times left for it. So I got a clock that gives me like the times I'm working. And it shuts off. In this case it wasn't actually off, thankfully. But the screen was dim. Like, all I'm wondering is, my tablet thing worked. Nothing fucking worked. And, like, it's been like that most of my life. I remember, first computer or whatever, like, I got it because it stopped working for some reason. Right? And they just, like, handed it to me. I think it was like it was a family computer that stopped working. He was like, just fucking take it out. Do whatever. And it was a time where, like, it wasn't like computers still, but he was just unhappy it was working. And I remember, like, we got a hold of Hacker Bell and all this other stuff, and I've talked about this before, and then people at Hacker Bell, they were like, oh yeah, well, we're not going to be here after a certain date, we're going to be here, blah, 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 you guys have to help with this. And I remember getting my dad on the line. Well, he had to be on the line to, like, etc. like a kid. And he was like, well, yeah, I just, like, Douglas has full attention. Right? So I could just call him up, talk to him. And that ended up being the best thing, because that guy, like, got it, he helped me learn how to reset the factory, what stuff, on the basic computer. Certain things you gotta know about keeping computers working, or at least back then. Nowadays, computers don't work the same, so keeping them working. And that's one of those things where every time I figure out how to make it work, it changes. Like, it used to be on this computer, I could just leave it on the night before I set everything up, go to bed, wake up, and just open up the lid, just go in. Well, sometimes you open the lid, it doesn't want to work, so you can't close the lid. So then it was like, I'm gonna set up the stuff the night before, until it go to sleep, come back the next day, get into it, be fine. No, I can't do that. You gotta turn it off. I need needs to be fully fresh to have a good stream. Do that. Now sometimes I get no monitor. Oh, I'll have no monitor now. Like, oh my god. Like, every time I turn on, at least something. And it's like, it's never anything that you can fix. It's like, well, why is your monitor going? Don't know. I've tried changing all the cables. The only thing I can't do is change the computer and change the monitor. I've changed everything else. Well, why does it keep that? How do I know? And then it's like today, why did it happen? Don't know. Like, what I do to get it fixed? Unplugged it, plugged it in, turned on and off the computer, did both of those for about half an hour, over and over and over, and it just randomly started working. Didn't make any sense.
In the sparks of arcades, where lights flicker low, a Taurus primal pulse, where neon splinters glow, joysticks carved in oak, our fingers dance with fate, every eternal chant over the circuits we create. Fluid gamers rise in pixelated trance, Sega Sonic wins, we weave our mystic dance. Oh, pixel druids, we chant to screens divine, through consoles old and new, our souls forever climb. In circuits deep, our darkened hearts align. Gamers of the ages, we defy the sands of time. Nintendo sacred grove, where thought takes flight. Super Famicom's glow beneath the moonlit night. With PlayStation's roar, our rebel hearts ignite. Final Fantasy's lore, we battle through the blight. From GameCube's emerald tides to Xbox's obsidian call, we summon every sprite in this eternal thrall.
But I don't know if you guys noticed, the setup we're using today is a duration-based setup. Alright? So almost never use duration, and this is one of the few characters where like kind of need to rely on. So what we can basically do is turn on duration, we can make our little gravity portal effect for black holes last long. Just make them last long. Stay on the screen a little bit longer, right? They also have this like little effect where they can cause stuff to get stuck in. Really cool. So, problem here, getting to that point of being able to use that. So we got to get the quantity up, we got to get the duration up. But as you can tell, it's not always that easy. Don't get stuff in the way you want, blah 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 blah, right? And this is one of those ones where it's like, it's actually kind of hard to really kill stuff with just these black holes. I'm sure you can do it, but kind of relying on things that are completely out of your control in different ways. So, you kind of got to play differently. Like, you end up wanting to jump over your attacks all the time to get them to fall in. Yeah. So, I'm using the color orange, like, the logo. Not the color, right? I don't actually mean the color, I mean the point of the color. Like, I noticed a long time ago, not a whole lot of people noticed that orange is its own color, its own flavor, its own smell. It is all of its own parts. Maybe because I do a lot with entropy, or I guess I should say when I was a kid I did a lot with entropy, like I did a lot of entropy manipulation, things like that, like learning how to fuck with stuff. And a manual where you use the entropy created between things to determine what something might be. So a basic plausible entropy processing, I think is what it's called. So, and that's for like security breaking hash, breaking determining hash situations, things like that. There's not a whole lot you really use that. If anything, it's mostly just hobbyists practicing, getting better with the But one of the ways entropy works, one of the reasons why it's so great, it's a product of the sum of all of its parts, including its output. And it's really important because when you're doing encryption and stuff, you need stuff like that to also be part of the product, so you can take the product out of the equation because that's what you got. Right? And then that will help you get closer to the start. So that's why we want to pad data so we can create higher amounts of entropy. So that way we can have higher amounts of difference. So orange, having all the parts, being basically this quantum vector. It is all of its own parts. It is its own entropy. It's also the product of the sum of all of its parts, right? And so it's super important because orange is only the color orange because the type of skin it has, like it's got this smooth but bumpy skin, right? But those bumps are like specifically designed to maximize, I believe it's sunlight reflection or something like that. Like, it does something really specific, and that rind accepts very specific light rays, meaning the ones that reflect back end up being orange. And because of that, and because of the way its membrane works and its zest, it has this unique odor property. It doesn't exist anywhere else. It has something to actually do with the fact that it's a very specific type of citrus fruit. So it has a very unique flavor and color. Well, the smell is actually a part of the flavor. And it turns out, well, the smell of orange, although not extremely unique, is slightly unique. There's a part about it that is more unique than the other ones of orange, which is why, like, when they say, oh, this thing smells like orange, there's a lot of people who go, oh, that's not orange, no. Because they don't smell like a novel, as what most people know about now. It smells like maybe a blood orange, or like a mixture of oranges, whatever. But when if it smells like a normal orange, you're like, oh, that's orange. It's a unique flavor identification because this slight change that allows novel orange to have this extremely unique profile. And that's where actually the flavor profile comes in. That's why it has such a unique flavor profile. Because of that smell. So I was like, well, if these are so fucking unique, then they should be usable for security. If it's unique, and it's like as unique as all these people claim it is, then it has some kind of security attached to it. Because there ain't nothing else like it. Right? It's one of a kind. Well, it's got 3 parts, one of a kind. So we can use the math behind these 3 parts, the flavor, smell, and the actual color, and we can use that to make security protocols. And so I'm like, well, Gaussian samples all you're doing to make a random speed, then, well, I can use the physical bumps on an orange, and then I can multiply that by the mathematical equation that equivalents to the smell of an orange, right? And then I can use some other mathematical determinator, or it's actually some other math method. I don't remember the actual method used. I forgot, but formula that we are injecting the other part of orange into the other math part of it. But it reduces, so it gets us back down to a lower level, right? And so then we build a map of this stuff. Using this data, we basically use an app. So if I remember right, like we're recreating the bumps on the orange with dots, and what we're actually doing is each dot has an identifier spot. It's the symbol of the dot, right? The dot has velocity, it's got a size, it's got ratios, it has to be away from certain things by a certain amount. And so those things are adjustable, changeable, and verifiers are different. Per time you call the protocol, blah blah blah, and some of that data is based on talk, so it can't ever be repeated. And well, I mean, like you can fake repeat it, but it's technically can't be repeated in its natural state. So then you use other things inside of that coordinated modifier to then be able to ensure it is never the same, and it's never technically the actual talk. It's just based on it. And so now we have this actual way to create such a randomized number that even if you just asked to call 0 5 million times, you would never get the same number. Not only would you never get the same number, like you would never get the same product value, which means like they're not even going to be close to each other. They're going to be so far apart. Like you're going to be like, well, these two are so unequivocal because you're nowhere near each other. Like if it was 4 or 5 apart, we might be able to say it's equivocal. In this type of situation, if it was like 1,000 apart, we might be able to say it's equivocal. But it's more than that. It's way more. And it's so way more than that that sometimes you end up with a number that has like 1 or 2 zeros, and sometimes you end up with a number that has like 8. Right? But we do this other magical thing where there's this old ass trick. You take the trailing zero, the leading zeros, and you cut them off, and you just put a number and then put a plus. So it's a number plus and then everything else. And it's just a really easy way to shorten the number. Right? Well, using a trick similar to that, but obviously not the same one, we can use that as a modifier. To then modify this number based on the number of leading zeros, and we can also use patterns, repeats, and other things, and we create a formidable structure that we can now call a graph, hash graph. So basically we can build this thing, or get this kind of information that then we can use in a multiplicative way that will use a form of math that allows us to get a value out of it, right? So it allows us to basically take this thing, make a hash graph, apply that to our whatever, our output, and now we can actually like cookie cut more specific expected results out of our random. Now, when I say cookie cutter, we don't know how that cookie cutter works. Imagine a cookie cutter you can't see. But every time you put it down and then bring it back up, you got cookies. And all the excess batter just disappears. That's the problem. You can't see the cutter, and you're not able to use any of the excess batter. It just destroys it. But you get perfect cookies cut every time. You get a certain amount. Like you get certain things out of it, but you never know what you're gonna get. You never know what cookie you're gonna get. You also never know how much batter you're gonna waste. So you might have a shitload of batter, 5 cookies. You might have a little bit of batter, 5 cookies. You know what I mean? Like, the amount of cookies is not based on the batter, but the batter is needed. So, like, that's the ideal behind this orange thing for one example. And I took it a step further because I know, like, there's a lot of these fruits that have this, it's a phenomenon where it feels smooth, but it's actually funny. And so then I was like, well, every single one of these fruits that have this phenomenon have some unique property to it that and there are some fruits that this is going to be interesting. If they are not unique, when you touch it, you'll think it's something else. And believe it or not, there is a fruit that if you touch it, will make you think it's orange. It's not orange. It's lemon. you can hold lemon in a way where people will think it's an orange. But the problem is you can't hold it with your hand. It's gotta be like a piece of it. Alright. Now, holding a lemon sometimes feels like something else. A lemon. But they're actually unique. Like somehow, almost always, unless you put it in your hand a certain way, you don't let someone actually grip their fingers or something, or they've never touched one. Just because of the visualization to hand coordination in your brain, if you know what a lemon looks like, and you put something called lemon in your hand, you can probably guess it. If you know what a lime looks like, and someone puts a lime in it, you can probably guess it. Kiwi, same thing. But kiwi don't have this bumpy thing, right? So it's like, okay, so there's certain things that, like, you just have to know the shape of it to know kind of what it might feel like. And that's a different, unique property thing that allow that to happen. So this thing that started off as just orange is now fruit. I call it a fruit mapper. It maps bips or bumps, so to speak, onto a canvas to get a bunch of points of information to create a random number. A really random number. And we're using this as a part of all of the bumps, not just the location of the bumps. So there's bits of information about each bump, and let's say they have sizes and things like that. Well, we don't really care about a lot of the stuff, but we need to know this stuff. Because once we get done mapping all these bumps, we put layers upon layers upon layers using the different fruits, using all the different fruits we got that have unique properties to them that can be either built uniquely, can be uniquely identified. Well, basically, yeah, uniquely identified in some manner is really what we're doing. All of the fruits we use can be uniquely identified in very special manners that make them very unique compared to others. So they all lap over themselves in multiple different times, and we look at the gaps between all these bumps that get made through these layers and layers and layers of addition. And those gaps are more random than the bumps themselves. And we can actually use we place bumps around using this pattern with this, blah, blah, blah. We can use that information to determine where those gaps are going to be at, but only per time that we do the thing. Then, each time we add on layers, we have to look at the gaps we already have and figure out which gaps get covered. And then we slowly work this list down to three gaps. Now we have 3 points of information that are completely random in a manner that is quantifiably random. And I say it that way because I believe orange is a quantum fruit. I believe orange has quantum properties that people are just not realizing because, well, it's orange. People are like, bro, it's a fruit. And I'm like, nah, it's not just a fruit. It's a color, it's a smell, it's a flavor, and they're all fucking the same thing. But, believe it or not, you can take the color, apply a different flavor to it, and it will mess with your skin. You know, like little things like that, and there's a reason for it. And I think that there's a mathematical reason. I can't. The only way I'd be able to prove it was if I developed a system that used these things about orange to create a number, then I could use to create, I don't know, a post-quantum cryptography key. Oh, yeah, that's what we do with this. We get all this information, we get these little white spaces, we get them reduced down, and we do this multiple times, one over the other, until we have truly unique, randomized, individualized points, that enough so that we can create a post-quantum cryptography key. And when we make this key, that key can then be used. It's basically like a private key. right? It can then be used to make a public key, it can be used for this, for that. So, alright, maybe maybe we can make a Bitcoin code and just get ready for whenever a little bullcrap happens and that stupid bit 361. Fuck it. Give someone something that is both incredibly stupid and hopefully actually better than other things out there. Like, I don't always make better encryption. I might have better methodologies to obtain encryption, but I almost only do coding. Like, my encoding method is really kind of crazy, but they work really fucking well. So I'm like, what if we apply some of those stupid, crazy ideals to actual cryptography? Just try something. I don't think I've ever tried this stuff before. That's like private paper might have been really good. Private paper maybe. Private paper, it was so fucking real. And it's still worse, but you gotta run it no, you gotta do everything offline. Like it's a pain in the ass because of the browsers and some other shit and update 100 and blah blah blah. And it's like it's always something. Man. Always something. You can't ever make something anymore and sweat it, and it just exists. And so that's when I really started looking at Python. Like I've known about Python, blah blah blah, 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 I suck at it, blah blah blah. But like I started looking in like how can I get access to it? Like I don't have the skills, I don't have the ability. I've been trying to learn it for 20 years. I just don't get it. Fine. How can I get access to it? Alright, well there have been AI code systems for a long time. They all suck. Now they're starting to work. When I say AI code systems, I have had a code editor on almost every machine I've owned since Mac OS Leopard. Okay? It's Leopard. I believe it's OS X Leopard. Since then, I've had one on there that would help me, translate, like, I think it was JavaScript calls to C++. That's what it actually was. Like, you could basically say, hey, I have this, and it would tell you what C++ setting equivalents you up to. That's what it say. So, and it sucked. Like, all of those things really sucked. They didn't actually code me. You have no code, or this or that, and then it's like, it won't build you all. It would just, like, form some amount of mostly template code, right? We call it garbage code. It's not real. And I'm just so fast. I ain't getting nowhere. I had one somewhat good run, and I fucked it at the end, because I didn't even bother going through the thing in time, because, like, it wasn't strong enough, and I kept seeing, oh, look, another that, another this, and maybe that would get me there. Oh, it didn't. You know what? We're changing the music, man. I don't actually know who. I'm looking for the title card right now. What we got going on? Enemy? Oh, I am. Okay. So. Yeah, there you go.
fruit that matches its own hue. Orange is the taste that only it can do. Orange is the scent that fills the room alone. Orange is the one that's only ever home. Oranges, alright.
Sorry, I was adjusting something. Maybe if I shut my mouth, listen to some music, enjoy what I'm doing, maybe I'll have a better game.
Orange pizza, muscle roll, no twist, no trick, no hidden flaw. Orange gecko, sharp and crystal clear, and smooth and sound without a fear. Orange is the fruit that matches.
It's like at this point, I need to know what it is because they just won't let me in there. I need to know what that is. Yeah, basically, I feel like I'm gonna die, right? When you get these little guys, you tend not to survive very long, anyways. Certain characters on this game or enemies you get too early, and you're just fucked. Like, there ain't nothing you can really do. Even if you just run, you're fucked. I was really hoping we had some good runs too. Well, we still got time. Let's force the good ones out of it. Let's say, what you're gonna make it give me. How can I make it give me? Try increasing this one. Yeah, let's increase it. Oh yeah, I forgot about that. I completely forgot the chat thing doesn't work if it's not on the screen or something. really thought I was gonna make it over that one. Like I said, orange has really been on my mind lately. Oh, it's not really too color. Alright. So we can get somewhere now. Nothing gets in my way, man. Go there.
true world. Orange is the food.
See, these guys get it. They get the orange.
Orange is the one.
Well, I know how I can do this. I just can't remember how I'm supposed to do it. Oh, there. Is that no?
Orange is
There
orange.
it is. There we go. All right.
Orange turns bright. No wrong, no right. Orange and golden like golden sun's might. Orange repeats among the wrong. No twist, no trick, no hidden flaw. Orange echo sharp and crystal clear. Truth that drowns the doubt and fear. Orange is the proof that shifts its own hue. Orange is the taste that only it can
What the? Every time I think I'm not close to dying, I just finish that gun. It's like, damn, these guys are taking a lot of hits out of me. Like, I don't have anything set up. No, I don't have anything set up. This is base difficulty. What the heck? Maybe I should stop making difficulty so difficult. Not like that. Let's make it more difficult. It's like more of those difficult things to click on. Maybe that's what I'm not doing right. I'm not clicking on enough. I mean, it doesn't sound like a right thing to do, but let's just do it anyway. See what happens. Hold on, I need to click this thing. I need to remember to slow down those. I need to click one per boss, and then well, just twice. Once for this boss, once for the next boss. The mini boss. Once for the mini boss. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. That's good. If I can stay alive, holy crap. Crap, those guys are already out. We gotta be on. Alright, yep. Going for one of these corners. Okay. Let's see what's up. I like that. Don't know yet. Alright. Have I done one of those totems yet? I don't know how to find out if I've done one. I don't remember. So where's the real quick? Okay. Oh, that sucks. Okay. Okay. Alright. Now we're doing some AoE damage, baby. You know what would be really nice? Those like energy soul things, you know, blast things. Okay, good. Dead again. Oh no! Damn, and I got the good one. Got stuck on a wall. See, the problem is about this one is, okay, it's this and tornadoes. Okay, so this wants to trap people, tornadoes wants to knock back. Together they work like the problem is getting them both within relatively quick distance of each other, so that way, like at the beginning, so that way you can really take advantage of having them. It can be a pain in the ass. And then you need quantity pretty quickly too. All the weapons, now we just get the rest of the tongs. Try and get that on. I did. Look at that. Oh, snap. Got me with his foot. And it's good we got the golden. There's sometimes, normally they're the easier ones to avoid. If you can't immediately kill them, it's like it doesn't really matter. Chunkums are, oh my gosh. It used to be Chunkums were like the easiest to avoid. Now Chunkum is actually hard to avoid half the time. You're certainly have like multiples of them. They're really good at hitting you and there's 2 of them. Or 4 of them. Holy shit. It's 4 S's. But I have to admit, I want to get to a point where I could have like the very first one be like 5. That's what I want. I'm gonna have a whole bunch. Get up with boxes. Oh yeah. start looking for points. That, and with no points, and I kept hitting, kept bouncing on enemies. That's one thing I do and don't like about this game. The whole, like, you can bounce on the enemy's head or whatever. Like, there's a thing where certain characters, like you guys seen me do it on another previous stream, where I got to the main boss with the lady with the shields, Athena, with Athena, and we were just like literally getting on top of the boss's head and like just bouncing on his head and keep doing a lot of damage. Also it sucks when you're trying to land and enemies are just underneath you and then, you know, bouncing on them and getting hit each time. But, if I had thorns or something like we do with Athena, that'd be nice. Goes. The box. They will not be able to make it, so. Crap. Or should we go for 86? Probably help us get more boxes. Doesn't matter. I can just die. did I go and not one health? Oh my gosh. All the way up there. Crap. Not Kevin. Part of that I couldn't even see. Like, where did this pass? Kevin, stop hitting me, man. Goddamn, bro. Hold on, I got XP, I got thing. Duration's long I don't have. Fuck it, getting health. Fuck it. Man, I was really hoping I'd be able to actually increase the difficulty. Like, increase the enemy difficulty directly at the start. Not difficulty of the game. It's difficulty of the game gives you more enemies or something. The other difficulty just makes it stronger at the start. We're just gonna go ahead and start off with lifesteal. Twitch tab. I'll tell you what, when I die, I'll try doing boxing it to see if we can get it to work. Where it's basically what you do is get a lot, get gold at the tones. I'd have to die to see if I have the luck thing turned on. And then you get those, right? Those are the two things you gotta get. Then you just try to get those as high as you can. And then you get all the boxes, you gotta get all the boxes. And through that, you get a bunch of extra crap that will basically allow you to get really, really powerful really fast. So, it's not actually manipulation or anything, but it's like manipulating your possibility of you know, getting more boxes. I think that's I don't know. It just feels naughty when you do it this way, so it gets to a point where we'll be getting, like, we do it right, we'll be getting a lot of good thing we already got life steal, because basically now every life steal has a chance to give us permanent health, like the blood thing does. Normally I get quantity. My brain thinks if I get HP, it might be worth it. Forward. Oh wait, no. I gotta die. So I go check the luck. Alright, so we're gonna be this guy. So we're gonna want luck. We're gonna want gold. Do we really want duration? We need XP. You know what? I'm gonna keep it on. So fuck it. You know what I mean? But I got an idea. Thorns might be pretty good right now. So get luck, gold, XP, thorns. Sounds like a stupid idea, right? We might get lifesteal instead, I'm not sure, but we'll get some combination of these things. We're gonna wait on those. And we're gonna change between orange is cool and all, but that one right there. Okay. Gold. Why does it feel like the game knows what I'm trying to do? Like it's coming at me hard. Like it's like, oh, whoa, you wanna get the gold? No gold for your side. What's this box? Yeah, do I really want to get, I really want to get quantity. So bad. So bad I want to get quantity. My brain's telling me, don't get quantity. You need some survival on this one. Quantity's fine. Fuck, I'm gonna get quantity. What am I talking about? Alright. Let's get quantity. It's always fun. I might just not get XP. Let's go fast. Let's try to get that gold. Oh, crap. Oh. Good chance. Nice. Move forward with this. Yeah, let's get this boost of speed when we're hitting hit. Yeah, that's not bad. It has a permanent boost on top of the light point. Shield. Something good idea. Okay. Getting almost an all long range weapon character set up a little more difficult, but once you get one set up, like, you can actually go quite a long way. Really good.
I need something down.
95? Well, we're almost at 95. Oh, I did get XP. Okay. Looks like we're just gonna go for it. No survivor. F it. We're doing offensive as defense. I don't know if you guys noticed that I got really close to my face. They were like in my face. Holy. Okay, yeah, that's a pile of people. It's a big pile. It's a really big pile. Oh my. I think we made someone mad. It was that guy. Why are they coming after me? Blame the guy to your right. That's not... Alright, I'm on your right. Okay, that's the problem. I should have looked. Okay. Alright. So we're just gonna... Okay. I'm gonna show you the power of turn as soon as you jump, because for some reason that counts as additional and that keeps some kind of... Well, no, didn't know. That's like Look. 77. You got it. Yeah, that's nice. Sorry, you want to go? I'm not getting rid of this one either. Where's my mouse? I mean, I know it's a mute, but I can't get it. Damn it. Damn it. Damn it. Let's go for the HP. How strong are you? Ah. Hit it. Yeah. Oh, it's Kevin. Want luck. Not worrying about it. Run! Run! Kevin, whooping my man. God damn. Oh wait, hold on, I see a bomb. I see a bomb. Let's do this. Let's jump over here. Let's activate that. Let's jump. Bounce that rebound. Grab the burger. Grab the bomb. Get it, get it, get it. Boom. We want luck. Whoa now. Boss is just hanging on by a thread, bro. Megan is like one noise. Ah, nice. Crap, Zola. How am I gonna get to that? Okay, I know. Okay. I know this. I actually do know the answer. Hey guys. Night. No. Set up. Everything but Kevin was set up. We were set up with everything but Kevin. Kevin was the only bad part about the whole setting. And I was really just hoping to find one of those things where I could use Kevin to get another claw. Excuse me. Bam. Oh, okay, okay. What? Alright, whatever. Running. Yep. Oh, and I immediately died. I just immediately died. Dogs look at me like, okay, what does that mean? What happened? I end the game, I died. Dog's like, okay. Dog's like really serious, like look at me like, okay, I'm here. This is me. My character died. It's like, okay, and I'm dead. It's like, okay, yeah. Oh, right. She was at me. It's dead. She doesn't get it. Maybe she could see me throw the character in the trash, and maybe she'd understand stuff. She'd be like, oh. Yeah. I like this. I'm not getting nowhere with this character. We're gonna die out, and we're gonna go do some adjustments. We're gonna try to force a better game out. Because I'm not getting nothing, right? I'm not getting none of the stuff I want to get. Alright, so first of all, I don't need you on. I don't need you on. I need these three. Okay. Alright. Next thing, I don't need you on. I don't actually need you on. I want to keep you two on. I feel like I need. I feel like I don't know which one of these three I'm gonna end up getting. I just kind of get which one I see I need. The only one I know for sure I need. We still want to do gold and luck, right? Let me make sure luck. I check luck. Yeah, luck's that one. Okay. Gold and luck's the only two I know for sure I'm getting. So let's push for the round. To get the round. This is the one. It's gotta be. Okay, maybe not. Exactly. I'm not gonna fucking none of that. That's a pretty good setup. I was feeling it, man. I was really in the zone on that one. I was in the zone. Okay. Not the best of starts. Crap. I'll be going nuts. I'll be calling bark at the cat. Cat. Whenever the cat does something, the cat's not good. Fucking send the bark at it. Well, actually, I went over my time. We just had really no good runs. I'm sorry, everybody. Maybe next time. I gotta get that character up to 100, so we're gonna be doing more of these where we're playing these characters I don't really care to play, because they kinda suck in a lot of ways, or they're just like hard to handle or something like that. Like, we gotta get them all up to 100, so that's what we're gonna be working on, guys. Alright, thank you all for showing up, having fun, joining us in the day, and well,